In this video session, I will concentrate on the file locations, especially for the results, but we also try to browse and show where are the tests and sequences are located on the disk, but this will be just for general information. As we know, in the root directory you have the test view integrator. The TVI is located under software. This is where we launch the TVI. The main file that we use, or the main folder that we use, will be the tester files. In the tester files we have two directories that we are interested in, the developer files and the product files. In the developer files we have the external program, external LV17, and then we have the various builds and the various screens that we are using and the panels that we are using in the software. This is just for general information. In the builds we have the Angular distribution panel, we have the Pioneer control panel. I'm going back. Tests, that's another special directory. Inside tests we have all the various tests that we will use in the TVI. Add time tag to report, image analysis, kernel config, light control, all the special tests that we are using in the TVI in the sequences are built here. We are not changing anything, this is just for general information. I'm going back to the tester files. Now I'll dive into the product files. Under the product files we have the sequences that we have, and these files are files that we create. We are the users, we created. When we go into the TVI and we'll browse for all the sequences that we create are stored here in this folder. Another useful information, test parameters. Test parameters for every command or every special sequence that we use. If we want to capture video, and we created several captures of video, 20 frames, 100 frames, all those parameters that we set in the sequence will be stored here. Why I show this is for later use. When you have a very long list, you can also go here and delete or rename. Just be careful, when you rename here you will affect your program in the TVI. So this is just a word of warning. But let's go now and dive into the main subject of this video, is where we store the results of all the tests that we are doing. For that purpose, let's start the TVI, and this is very important to show it from the beginning, because we're going to have many folders and subfolders. Now it is very important to know that the first folder that we store the results is also associated with what we select here. If we select Pioneer, you will see that all the results will be in one of the subfolder will be designated as Pioneer, or Pioneer N, or Ranger. For example, let's take the Pioneer and click OK. The TVI is up. Let's minimize those windows. Now the second parameters that we use for set up the results directory is in here under resource. Product parameters, test data, double click. Test data goes into C results. So that will be where all the results will be stored. C result / Pioneer. You remember Pioneer, we selected the product at the beginning when we enter the TVI, so all the results will go into results / Pioneer, and we have additional 4 folders that we'll see them now. So you remember, until now we have two subfolders, results and Pioneer. I'm going out from here. Let's take a very short program sequence that I've made just to see where we store the results, and just to run a very short sequence. Let's run it. Now we are selecting the array type, which is RS42. That will be another subfolder. The lot is also subfolder. 12, 1, let's take instead of 1, let's make this 5, and instead of dark noise, let's say dbg. Okay, remember those parameters: RS42, 2018, 12, 5, and dbg. Let's start the program now. Start the sequence. Sequence is now running. We have here a temperature control. We set up the temperature. After this one is complete, we're going to capture 10 frames. This is the temperature control of the FPA that is trying to set it to 30. Now it's done. Set the light to 50. Now we capture 10 frames. Delay 3 seconds. Make the analysis, store the images. Program is completed. Now let's see where the results are stored. So you remember, C results, Pioneer. Okay, so C results Pioneer, RS42, 2018, 12, 5. You remember dbg, and here we have the sequence that we run. The name of the sequence was debug dark noise. You see here the CSV file. We have CSV file of 2 kernels, center and full, and we have the images that we captured. We captured 10 images. We have them here. The raw images, average, and temporal noise. But the main thing is to understand, see where the files are located. C results Pioneer, RS42, 2018, 12, 5, dbg, and the name of the sequence. The results came from what we specified here under resource. Pioneer came from the when we started the TVI, we selected the product, and these 4 parameters came from here. When we click the run, RS42, 2018, 12, 5, and dbg, and the last folder was the name of the sequence. That's it.